Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and we are back with more Revenant. Welcome. Welcome. If you were here last time, we made a lot of progress. Hello? Game? There we go. It's like starting off strong. So, actually we killed Sabu and Jaga, the two leaders of the Cult of the Children of the Change. And now we are in this new area. So let's pick right up where we left off. Let's see, we opened this chest. Did we get the second one? I don't remember if we got this one. Alpha Gem. There we go. Don't want to miss any of that. It is a good stuff. Come up. Get out. Get out. There we go. Geometry, Locke's greatest enemy. Our most feared foe. So we're actually pretty deep into Revenant, and we're not far from the end of the game. So for those of you who have been following along this entire time, we are getting really close to the end. We might make it tonight. I won't promise that. We'll see. It depends, because the next part coming up is like... let's see. Right, adds to mana and spell damage, so that's going to give us... We've got, that's 1350, that's 1530 plus, that also gives us hit points. Okay, so we're going to stick with that one. That's what I thought. Oh, we need to check our stats too. Hey, let's see. Invoke is about to be level 25, which is great. Sword is about to be level 21, which is great. And we're also not far from Lockpick level 3. Love that. Okay. Diving in, let's get across the bridge. All these banners making you nervous. Ooh. Oh, look at this. A skeleton upon a throne. Sparkly. Hello. And now we are teleported here. It's been a while since we saw Un-Locke'd, so let's see what he has to say.
Oh, my head. What happened?
The time has come for you to right the wrongs you have committed in your past existence, Locke.
What? I was the king. Was I not? I killed my queen and destroyed my empire. Why?
The answer to your question is wrapped around your arm. A deal with the demon god Craxus your forefathers made. In exchange for the powers of the Necronoth, each king who ascended to the throne would perform a sacrifice to Craxus.
But I remember now. I did not sacrifice her. I killed her to save her. Had I sacrificed her, Craxus would have owned her soul.
You cheated them out of their sacrifice.
That is why they destroyed the Empire. I must save Andrea. It is time to undo what has been done. They have taken her to Anserak, the demon realm.
Imprisoned by demonic powers is the girl. The sacrificial dagger you recovered is the only way to release her.
I must find her at once.
She is guarded by Yagoro. To challenge him, you must understand the power of the Necronoth you now possess. 3 jewels. Yes, 3 jewels the Necronoth is comprised of. 2 are now worn by you. Yagoro as the other. You cannot free the girl without all 3. All is not as it seems, however. The demon god Craxus has his hand in this as well. It is time you learned what you may have already suspected. It is time you learned about Sardok's true nature.
Dun dun dun!
That is quite enough, old man! Sardok, what have you done?
I cannot concern myself with the ravings of an old madman.
I do not know what your role in this is, but...
It is unimportant. All that matters is that you have recovered the Necronoth and are ready to face Yagoro. We must return to the castle at once.
I must save the girl.
You cannot access Anserak without my help. You have no choice, my Revenant. Come.
Well, there we go. Talk about an exposition dump. So yeah, a lot going on. Along the way, we have picked up pieces of the Necronoth. Remember, that was one of the things we had where we picked up a strange necklace with an odd gem in it, and that basically made us immune to Sabu's magic. And that's why he could not destroy us as he wished in our first encounter, or second encounter, whichever one it was. He was very surprised and upset and was like, ah, no, and then he went away. And Olahud obviously knew more than he was letting on. And that's what we picked up back in the throne room, where we saw what is presumably our own skeleton sitting on the throne. That was the second jewel of the Necronoth, as well as we found a sacrificial dagger. This is not that. This is merely for illustrative purposes. That's what we used to stab Sabu. So, Sardok is caught up in this somehow behind the scenes, as you may have guessed. By this point, if you were not suspicious of Sardok, then you probably should have been. But he's right, we have no choice. Even if he did not have us under a compulsion spell, which of course he does because he resurrected us from the dead. Well, we would still have to have his help because only he can get us to Anserak. Why did he kill Olahud, though? The ravings of a madman indeed. Oh, the Droog's death sound? Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, let's see here. That was a big event, so let's check the shops and see if there's anything new, because I think this might be the last time that they update.
What on earth happened to... I need the most powerful armor you have.
There we go.
I can't. I simply couldn't allow it to fall into the wrong hands. It's just too powerful.
Misthaven and Andrea depend on it. Show me what you have now.
We get that good updated dialogue. Give me your best armor. No, it's too powerful. I simply can't. He's still showing us the spiked leg plate and stuff like that, so...
If anything can break through that armor, I've yet to see it. I hope you make it back alive.
Let's see. Can we open this door now? Maybe? No. Okay, well, it's worth a try. We'll check the weapon shop too. The item shop is the big one. We'll get it on the way back. No, they won't. They will always shout at each other forever, Crow. How else are they going to make their point?
Your power has exceeded anything I've ever seen before. I suppose you'll be needing a weapon that is worthy of you.
Do you have one? Let's find out, because it's going to be hard to beat this worm-tooth sword.
Show me what you have available.
My guess is no. Okay, she still has the Shining Razor Mace is the best thing that she's got. Which, again, not bad. And if we were using bludgeoning weapons, then that would be great. But of course, we're not. We are using swords. So, it is what it is. That's okay, though.
You should be powerful enough for just about anything now. Do me a favor and spill some blood for me out there. Until we meet again, farewell.
So yeah, you might remember that I said the Wormtooth Longsword is the second most powerful weapon in the game. So we're about to find the most powerful weapon. Not too far from it.
What has happened to...
That was a really odd line read, my guy.
Show me your goods once more.
Yeah, squashed alley cat. Very much so. Ah, here we go. So now he's got some new stuff. Before he had the Fire Ruby Ring was kind of like at the bottom of the list. Now he has the Band of Fury. Max fatigue percentage increases 100. That's really good, actually. Like really good. The Emerald Bracelet, Gloves of Striking, which are +2 agility, and the Necklace of Courage, which is +20 spell damage bonus. I don't think that's as good as the Alpha Gem that we picked up. The Band of Fury, though, what we got over here, this is the one that increases our regeneration. And then this one adds to mana and increases spell damage. Right. So, I think it gives us 300 mana? Maybe? Let me check. Yes, it is 300 mana. We're at the point in the game where I don't know, 100 stamina might be better than 300 mana because we have some other bonuses and we'll still be over 1,000. So... yeah. Yeah, no, the Amulet of Cunning.
I congratulate your choice.
Okay, let's grab this out of here and... Oh, wait a minute. The thing is... Oh, right. Oh, no. It takes up the bracelet slot instead of the ring slot. Oh, no. That might actually be okay. That just means we get to keep this on, which is great. And the health regeneration is wonderful, but we have enough health now, and the regeneration is slow enough that probably I'm going to say we've outgrown it.
Thank you. Wherever it is you're going, good luck.
Yeah, here at the end of the game, they all get, like, unique dialogue, which is pretty cool. And I don't think that, I don't think Zhang has anything else to teach us. I'm gonna check, but I think we might know everything that we can learn from him. We're about to be level 23, so...
I have come to complete my training.
Aha.
Are you listening to me? I need to complete my training.
I will not teach one who has accepted the power of evil into his soul.
I have only done what is necessary in order to destroy Yagoro. I would have no chance without these creatures.
Regardless, I will teach you nothing more.
I require those final attack maneuvers to complete my quest. You must teach me!
I have trusted you so far, Revenant, but now I am not sure. The power would be too great, the risk too high.
There is no other way. I am not asking you, I am telling you. If you refuse, this entire world will perish.
Regardless, I will teach you nothing more.
Zhang really said let the world burn then. Well, are you sure?
I have come to
I will.
Okay, it's the same dialogue. I was hoping that if I
Regardless.
talk to him a second time, he might change his mind. That's alright. We don't really strictly need anything that he might have left. No, I don't believe that sparring with him does anything. That's just so that you can, like, practice your moves against a moving target, rather than against the static, like, Mudokon dummy. Oh, what do these guards have to say? We should talk to them, too.
So they actually enlisted a...
That's the same thing you said earlier.
The fires of Anserak lick at one's toes and turn one's breath to ashes.
Strong words.
God. Those are not strong words, it's just a description. Let's see, this way. Aha! Oop, not that way. Okay, here we go. The beginning of the end. Settle in. We're going to try and finish it tonight, even if it runs a little long, but we'll see, depending on how far we get. We may finish it, or there may be one more stream next week. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Back the other way, because this is the wrong direction. That's the summoning chamber. I was so confident. Lamau. You saw nothing. Nothing happened. All three of my neurons firing wildly. Okay, now. Ahem. Now, settle in for the end. It's about to get serious.
You seem to grow more powerful every time I see you. It is a miracle you have survived as long as you have.
Got another one.
I suppose Sardok was right about you.
Thank you, Lord Tendrick. I will not disappoint you.
Thank you very much for the sub, Jason. Appreciate that. You're just in time to see the good bits.
Gods, what has happened to you, Locke? Your eyes glow with the fires of the pits themselves.
Your daughter has been taken to the demon realm of Anserak.
What? How is that possible?
Yagoro, the leader of the Children of the Change, has been consumed by the Necronoth. He has descended to the demon plane, where he intends to sacrifice Andrea.
So much ham.
The fool intends to perform the sacrifice to open the gateway for Kraxus himself.
What? Sacrifice my daughter?
Locke, you have done well to recover the remaining pieces of the Necronoth. Without them, you could not safely descend to the demon plane. By combining my magic with your power, we can send you to the demon plane. You must go there and destroy Yagoro.
Wait! Stop right there! What is this Necronoth? Who is Kraxus? And how is it that you have the ability to send people to and from the demon plane, Sodok? What are you keeping from me?
Long pause. Well.
Sodok! What in the name?
I had no further use for him. We have come too far to be held up by mortals such as he. Locke, listen to me. Yagoro was never meant to wear the Necronoth. By now you have probably realized you are the rightful heir to the power of the Necronoth. You must venture to the demon plane, destroy Yagoro, and unify the Necronoth. Only then can you realize your true destiny.
Yes! I must save Andrea, for she is the reincarnation of my queen!
Yes, of course. Save the girl. Come, it is finally time.
Oh,
Are you
gosh.
prepared?
Yes! Yagoro will cower before the power of the Necronoth!
Have you forgotten that Yagoro wears one of the demon creatures himself?
Of course not! He wields the Master Demon and is a formidable enemy. But I was born to wield the Necronoth, and it feels as though it has always been a part of me. I must trust the memories of my former life to protect me. Take me to Anserak. It is time to finish this!
As you wish.
There we go. Zap. No transition, just instantly in Anserak. So, that was a lot. So, Sardok is going full supervillain, of course, as you saw. And, there was no need for a catering budget during this recording because Locke's voice actor just ate the scenery whole, just unhinged his jaw and swallowed everything in sight. I'm glad they're having a good time. Yeah, no, it kind of does, actually. So, to fill in the gaps, because this is a hole in the game, like, they don't really fully explain it. So, the Necronoth is, it's these 3 demon creatures that, like, bond to your body and allow you to channel the power of Anserak to your whims. So there are 3 of them, and when they act in concert and all 3 of them have bonded to you, then it's like you're basically like a demon lord or whatever. So Locke now has 2 of them, and that's what they were talking about. Is like, you know, what that creature that's on your arm, right? That's Ole who described it. And the third one, the one that gives you full control over it, the quote-unquote master demon, Yagoro apparently has that one. So there you go. And, and to answer your question, Jason, Eye of the Beholder 2 is on the way, I promise. Don't worry. I know y'all are waiting for that, so as soon as I finish Lands of Lore, of course, we're doing a chill series with Heroes, or not Heroes, but just Might and Magic 8. And then we will start a new Saturday schedule, which will include Arcanum, of Steamworks and Magic Obscura, which is our next patron request, and I promise that I will be saving a spot for Eye of the Beholder 2 on there as well. So I don't know what order we'll play them in. I imagine, very likely, that when I put that poll up on YouTube for folks to vote, it will probably win. It will probably be the next one. So I'm excited too. I'm very excited because I can't wait to see what happens when we bring Stout Muffin and Company forward and port them into the new game. Okay, now, so what happens next is we're going to go through a series of labyrinths, right? See, there's like a white one, there's a red one, blah, blah, blah. In each one of these labyrinths... Oh, stairs, the ultimate enemy. In each one of these labyrinths, there is a crystal of the matching color somewhere. Oh. Were we not within range to get the jump? Okay. Hey, and there's the level. There's not a David Bowie appearance that I know of, but keep an eye out. He can appear at any time, because David Bowie is in fact the Goblin King. Little known trivia fact, actually. IMDb won't tell you this, but during the filming of Jim Henson's The Labyrinth, you see David Bowie was not actually on set. They just turned the camera on and started filming, and he was there when they played it back. Okay, so there we go, the red crystal. So there's going to be several chests in each labyrinth, and we don't necessarily need to open all of them, although we're going to try because they're going to be filled with good stuff, some of which we're desperately going to want. But in each labyrinth, there is going to be... a crystal of the matching color. And we need to take that crystal to a special portal elsewhere in the same labyrinth in order to unlock a door somewhere else. And there's going to be several doors, and you can see right here, we just picked up death. This is what I mean about we don't want to miss any chests because they're going to have some good stuff. So... Alright. Here we go. The Death Talisman. That means there's only one left. It's just Chaos is the only one that we don't have. We will address that in a minute. Okay, here we go. Boom. So there we go. That's one door unlocked. So the purple labyrinth is the final labyrinth. We have to go through all of the others and unlock those doors using the matching crystals one by one until we have opened them all, and then when we arrive in the purple labyrinth, we will be able to get through and we will be able to fight Yogoro on the other side. So of course, these being mazes, and there being a lot of like dead ends and twisty turns and things like that, and a couple of strong enemies, as well as a random fast travel portal back to town in case we need it. It may take me a little more or less time to get through, so I'm going to go as fast as I can, but I do not have this path memorized, so... Locke. Although I can offer you no real assistance, I was able to send this scroll over to the demon realm in order to contact you. What lies before you are the labyrinths of Anserak. Yogoro is most likely deep within the labyrinth in the Pyramid of Craxus. To enter the pyramid, you will have to find a way of shutting down the warp portals that he is undoubtedly using for protection. The colored crystals are the key, Locke. Find the colored crystals. Yogoro must be stopped. Sardoc. So there you go. He basically just said everything that I already told you. In case you missed it. Alright, and that's where we came in. So. Now we've got to go back over here to this portal that will send us through to the White Labyrinth. Ta-da! Now we need to find a white crystal. I'm gonna go south from here. Oh, you might have seen that dragon over there. Let's just keep going this way and hug the wall. Okay, dead end. Dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end. Oh, nope. Now come on. There we go. Hey. Clean fight. Okay, and I've still got heal on, so for now that's probably fine. Well, you know what? Actually, wait, we got advanced heal last time, didn't we? Scroll, it's gonna be way down here at the bottom. Oh, Lord. Oop. Is that... There we go. Advanced healing. Oh, and we're going to want one other spell, actually. I don't want to forget to put it on my bar before we get down there. So where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We've had it for ages. It's probably way up the list. Oh, here we go. We will need that. It's a secret tool that will help us later. There we go. Okay. So we can kind of use the mini-map to see where the dead ends and things are, but not which ones we actually need to go up to find chests and stuff necessarily. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here's part 1 of something important. Oh no, you stop that. You stop that. Oh my goodness gracious. Hey. What? How in the world did you even hit me? That's the first time I think we fought one of those that had full health. Oh, it's a druid. It's alright. Advanced healing! He's using invisibility himself. Really? Okay. He like cast it again the instant it wore off. Hello. There we go. Excuse you? How dare, honestly. Oh good, we got an enchanted restoration. Love that. Really? I went 3 feet. Oh. There we go. Just waiting to see. He did the thing. That's the second time that has happened, actually, during this playthrough. They cast heal at, like, frame perfect the exact moment I killed them, and so they were lying down dead. But they still counted as alive because the heal went off, like, I guess right before the game treated them as dead. Weird. It's very like, oh, that's never happened before. Okay, there's the unlock portal, I believe. Got him. Oh, he didn't even drop anything. Wow, rude. Oh god. Oh no. Dragons. We hates them, precious. Okay. Oh, I hate them. At least we've got like way more stamina, so thankfully with that thing on. Hello. I really... Oh god, there we go. Okay, now we're doing some numbers. Hello? Haha. Fool. I don't know how we're not getting a critical hit every time, like... It blows my mind how something can be completely paralyzed like that, and that's kind of the whole point, and then... Oops. Oh no. Oh no. Nope, nope. Now stop that. You stop that. And like, they're still, you're getting these glancing blows that are like, you know, 1 damage. Like, come on. High magic resistance. Man. It's okay, at least our invoke skill and stuff is really gonna skyrocket here. Ooh, no. No, no. Oh, that lunge has got so much range on it. Boo. Boo hiss. Yeah, get stuck on geometry, bro. We've almost got him. Ugh. Do 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 do. Yeah, da 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 dee. See, look at that. Like, come on. Also, sometimes it sucks because it feels like hitting them causes it to wear off. See, like I hit him and then immediately it was like, oh. Oh. It's alright, we got him. It's like it pops up 71 damage and then the spell instantly, like, stops working. It's like, bruh. Come on. Oh, it seems to be locked. Well, we can't have that. Enchanted healing, some gold. Good. Excellent. Let me, while I'm in here, do this, in fact. And... boop. Boop, boop. Stairs. I swear the stairs are your worst enemy. Okay, now let's go this way. I think the crystal is the other direction, but... Got him. Okay, now this guy. That would be equal parts hilarious and upsetting. Because sometimes it feels like that happens. Oh, really? Wow, did y'all see that? Did you see that? Bro, I don't even have to fight you. I could just leave. He's just like checking his staff. Come on. There we go. Get out of here. These guys probably will friggin' respawn. There's a chest up in this corner, though. Oh, no. You know what? There. I don't even care. I'm just gonna go. Oh, shit, there's another chest. Oh, okay. Oh, this one's locked. Be paralyzed. Oh, hey. A sausage. Have a nice day, dragon. All right. There we go. Okay, so now we have all of the magic talismans. Ta-da! So we'll deal with that in a bit, because now that we have death and chaos, we can make every spell in the game. And we love having every spell in the game. See, I don't necessarily want to go up every single one of these. Okay, that's the portal to the green labyrinth. Good, at least we found that, so I know it's over here. Randomly, this track, of every track that could play, this is the one. Okay, we're loading. There's the white crystal. Okay. Oh no, that's absolutely fair. That's so valid. Like, same. But I do hate fighting against them, though. Whee! I really don't have time for y'all. I'm just looking for the treasure chest to make sure that I don't miss any, because they all have good stuff in them since this is the end of the game. Is there anything over there? I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure that there's nothing. Get out of here. Bruh. We're all having a good day. You don't have to be like this. Okay. Now listen. Now, you stop that. I don't have to put up with this. I'm a protagonist. Oh, that's a dead end. Okay, well, now... Nice, but also... Screw you. Alright, we're gonna do it the hard way. Fine. You had your chance. Same for you, bucko. We didn't have to do any of this, see? Yeah, they're just like very satisfying sound effects for combat, especially. Haha! Let me past. Goodbye. Have the day you deserve. Okay, where are we going? Nothing down there. Go back around this way. Hey, Klongo. Nothing there. I think we got that one. I am pretty sure we opened that one. Ooh. Dang it, now I feel like I have to check. But that's okay, because we have to go back around this way anyway. Yes, old people games from 1999. Time to game like it's 1999. And then immediately, like, dial-up modem noises. Okay, actually, I think maybe I didn't get that one because you have to go around this way to get there. Or maybe I did. Oh, this just goes around in a circle. See, this is why I was like, you know, it might take 2 hours. It might take 20 hours. Who knows? Not me. Yes, Locke. Thank you. There we go. Next, crystal. All right, that's 2. Okay, I did not get that one, so I'm gonna have to go back around. Oh, boo. Boo. Okay, well, that's fine. We can do that. We can make that happen. What is going to be the fastest way is... I have to go down this way. Okay. It really does, especially because part of this game in the first place was very much like hello? There we go. The map wasn't moving and following me. Part of this game was, like, one of the selling points was how cool the graphics were, and it had all these special effects and stuff. Okay, what's in here? Enchanted mana, gold. Okay, I'll take it. The enchanted mana's worth it. I don't think there is anything else down there. Oh, if I don't go down there, there's gonna be something though, isn't there? Man. Not quite yet. We have one more day. We have one more day of Pride Month. And then Queer Wrath begins. Anything? Okay, there's nothing. Good. Yep, it's time for Wrath. And not all of the sprites are so monochromatic. Like, I just have red armor on. Locke himself is much more colorful, or can be. Excuse me, sir. Have the day you deserve. Goodbye. Yeah, exactly. Schrodinger's collectibles. If you don't check, there will have been something and you will have missed it. If you do check, then like there was nothing ever and there was never a point. Okay, which way is it? I think that's the portal. Yes. Okay, so it's not that far away, actually. I just need to go up like here. A rainbow tank. Oh, Lord. Gosh. Okay. Okay, there's the unlocking portal. That's where we need to take the green crystal, but we have to find it first. I love how like the background is the same in all of them, but like everything else is on a layer that just has a colored filter over it, because look at us, like we are also green. Everything's green here. Now we just need a yellow brick road. Let's see here. This guy, oh, immediately invisibility. Lord. I certainly don't mind rainbows during Pride Month. I just wish that it was, like, not so tokeny. Oh, again? Really? Okay. I just wish companies that wanted to do like the whole rainbow capitalism thing would put their money where their mouth was the rest of the year. That's alright. People can have as many rainbows as they want. That's why we have Gay Wrath next. Alright, there you go. Oh, you messed up now. Come on. I'm only doing like 1 damage, I swear. Makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. Oh, really? The heal? Oh my gosh. All of that stamina to deal almost no damage. It's alright, well, at least he doesn't have any MP, so he can't turn invisible again. Haha. Or heal. Everything would be fine if they would just... he would just deal more than 1 damage. There we go. There's 1. Now we have the Praetor. They go down a lot easier. I think the Invokers maybe have, like, higher defense. That makes sense because we saw the burning Praetors, like, before the Invokers started spawning. Okay. There is a chest over here. Wormtooth necklace. Oh, nice. Okay. Is this better than what we have on? I don't remember. I do not recall. So this is, right, holding the teeth of the ancient dragon Chlorath. Immune to poison, adds to strength and constitution. Okay, so this gives us a bunch of health and stuff. That gives us 2 strength and constitution. That's not bad, but I would rather have like 300 health, I think, by far. Ooh, let me switch containers here. Oh, wait a minute. Did he? Oh, there we go. I forgot. Oh, Cronus actually gave us the ultimate armor. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well, so here we go. Oop. Let's put this on. There we go. The demonic armor is not of this earth. It radiates intense evil power. Use with extreme caution. But you can see that our armor went way up. So that is the best armor in the game. That is what we want. I forgot Cronus just puts it in your inventory when you talk to him. Gina didn't give us anything like that, did she? I don't think so. Well, no, she did give us this. No, that's the Berserk sword that we found. We picked that up. There we go. All right. Well, if you don't understand Pride, there are plenty of resources out there that are great for getting that kind of education. It is very important. Of course, there are, problems with the whole rainbow capitalism thing, like I said, but it's a very necessary movement. And what do we have down here? Is this a treasure chest? Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Oop, got him in 1. Nice. I think the most important part of Pride is sending that signal to people that you're not alone, because knowing that it's not just you is the most powerful thing just about in human experience. And be like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. There are other people like me. It's all about, there are lots of people out there who can't be who they are, and so you shout twice as loud to make up for the folks who aren't able to raise their voice. Ooh, an Infernal Golem. Ooh, he's got a lot of hit points. Do I want to fight him? Do I want to fight you? I don't know. Is this chest? Yeah, there's 2 of you. I don't think I care. Let's go this way. Whee! In some places, I'm sure that's true. Just depends on where you're at. Yeah, it is a little out of hand. I don't know. Oh, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight a dragon. Go away. Aggro on somebody else who's got the time and interest. Oh my god. Get out of here. Literally have to paralyze him to get rid of it. Why are you like this, dragon? You can be anything you want to. My mom said I could be anything I wanted when I grow up, so I became a problem. Oh. There is a chest here. Sir, if you're not going to cooperate, then I'm just gonna leave. Because I don't have to play your game. Now you, on the other hand, I have no reason to run away from. There we go. We got the fatality animation again without actually killing him. It's always so weird when that happens. Ah, you noticed. You noticed. Yes, we are picking up some unusual items, aren't we? Oh, this guy again. Okay, actually, let me not get cocky. And yes, we're just missing one piece now. Just one. Oop. Need to go this way. These labyrinths, like, really aren't that huge. But, of course, it's a labyrinth. So there's a lot of, like, back and forth and going around in circles, and then paths that look like they should lead one place and they lead another. So you double back on yourself, and it's just a lot of crisscrossing. And that's why it takes so much time. Okay, I'm not screwing. Oh, nope. Hello. Okay, Dwarven Axe, there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot full paralysis actually affects multiple enemies. Aha! Go us. Oh wait, we need to go this way. Go us! In the right direction, even. And I think this should be the green crystal. Yes. Okay. Oh my god, Legacy of the Wizard. Oop. Yeah, you're right. Now that's... Shoo. That's back from that era of games where, Wait, wrong. That's wrong. There we go. That era of games like Wizardry 5, you know, where you had to get out grid paper to play. Oh, that's the actual end portal where we need to go. Okay, alright, we'll go back this way first. At least we know where it is. Y'all help me remember, don't let me lose my way. Joke's on you, I'm gonna lose my way anyway. Go down the stairs. It is a simple task. Almost anybody can do it. Glad you dropped in, Lordly. Always a pleasure. Okay, so straight ahead. Yeah, I usually rely on specific pixel to get me places. Here we go, another ridiculous anticlimactic animation. I have a terrible, like, innate sense of direction. For me, it's all about, like, landmarks. So if I don't have clear landmarks, I get in trouble very quickly. Go ahead and... There we go. Need to get rid of those, smaller mana potions first anyway. Okay, whoop, this way. And then... around. We're gonna go up here. Down here. And back up here. Did I get it in one? Maybe. No, that is incorrect. That was wrong. Wait. Or was it? Oh, Locke. They got stuck on geometry. Again. Where is it? There it is. I went one too far. I almost had it. I was so close. I was so close. I'm gonna give myself half credit. Yeah, here we go. Okay, the blue labyrinth. We are making progress, we're making good time. We are about halfway through how long I usually stream, and we are, I think, more than halfway through the labyrinth, because there's... Let's see, we did red, we did white, we did green, this is blue. I think maybe this is the halfway point. Yeah, dubba-dee dubba-da. Bro, we don't want to fight. Oh, we're gonna have to, though, because I have to fight that dragon down there. Oh, no. You stop that. Okay, well, it's time to use this. We have not used invisibility for most of the game. But now we have a very high invoke level. And invisibility costs way less than paralysis. And it causes enemies to not be able to target us, as you might imagine. Just back up and there we go. The only thing is, there we go, you have to wait till you become all the way visible before you cast it again, or it's really easy to waste your MP. Because if you hit that cast button to renew before it wears all the way off, like when you see the animation of coming out of the spell, hey, there we go. Then it's like, you're not actually done. Yes, invisibility, the art of not being hit. If it were me, I would simply not get hit. Yeah, a lot of games, it seems like invisibility is one of those things where it's either completely OP or it does absolutely nothing. So let's see. Okay, our agility went up. That's probably... I don't know if we'll level up again. We might, because things here are worth quite a lot of experience points. Our luck's pretty decent. Of course, everything could always be higher. Reflex is not bad, and I don't really care about it that much. Reflex is like the least important stat. Constitution means more hit points, but we just broke 1,600, and we just broke 2,100 MP, which is great. I think I'm actually going to put it on Mind so that we get even more MP, because we are at a certain point now where, like, that's what's going to matter. So, oh, actually, I forgot. Our skills. There we go. We're at 28 Invoke, closing on 29. I wonder if we'll hit 30. And we are almost 22 Sword. Not bad. Also, 2 more chests and we'll be level 3 Lockpick as well. Hey, we love that. Okay. This dragon, But again, thankfully, you know, being invisible means that, it just won't target us. Hey-ya! This dragon has a lot of health. Not as much as, like, Jaga, but... Also, shout out to Jaga, because every time that I think of Jaga, I think of the Thundercats. Because I am a 90s kid. And before someone says Thundercats is an 80s cartoon, I know, but like, if you were a 90s kid, that's, you watched 80s cartoons in the early 90s, like that's what you did. I think the best way to think of invisibility is see, like, that, you're not all the way out of the spell yet, because what's happening is it's giving you a warning that it's about to go off, so that you have a chance to do exactly what I just did, which is, like, back up and get some distance. Yeah. Kick that dragon. I can do this all day, bro. Invisibility's not an expensive spell. Oh, please have fewer hit points in the future. I'm requesting as a personal favor to me. You could have fewer hit points than you do. I feel like that's not unreasonable, honestly. Some would say I'm being selfish. I say I'm being efficient. I'm saving time by having to kill you less. Back up and get some stamina back. Ugh. Oh man, if you missed out on the Thundercats, you missed out big time, because like Rankin Bass anything is pretty good, even like the stop motion Rudolph movies. Christmas classics, right? Santa Claus is coming to town. But also, they did The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, they did Flight of Dragons, they did The Last Unicorn, and Thundercats, come on. Come on. Okay, and this is what we needed that the dragon was guarding. There's the blue crystal. Ta-da! And the dragon didn't even respawn. Awesome. We love that. You know, that's what I really should be doing. I should just put invisibility on to run past enemies I'm not going to fight. There we go. All 2.5 of my neurons. Just really working overtime. It also makes these guys way easier to fight, because if they can't detect you, they will not cast invisibility themselves. So they'll just stand there and get hit, like this. Which means that you can beat up on them to your heart's content. I have not, like, if there's a new one, no. Although, speaking of nightmarish stop motion, I did get to check out Mad God, which was a stop motion like project 30 years in the making or whatever, and it's something. It's something. I don't know what, but it is like a thing. Of all the things there have been, that is one of them. Let no one say otherwise. Yeah, you stand over there while I recast. Got him. Ah, hell lettuce. Yeah, say what you will. You know, people have mixed opinions, of course, on things like Mad God, but it was definitely extremely skillful. It is a work of passion, whether you agree that it's a work of art or not. Do I want to kill you? It's going to take so long, unless I can deal damage like that. I think so. I still do want to level up some more before I fight the final boss, just because it's always nice to be as high level as you can be. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, then, you know, you had a favorite Power Ranger, you had a crush on Chitara, and you had a Care Bear Sona. I don't make the rules, I just state facts. Ooh, there we go. Hey, we almost got him. Hey, invisibility buddies. No, the other way, Locke. It's really the lack of stamina more than anything else. It's like, yeah, people question, like, why are millennials the furriest generation? Well, because we were babysat by cartoons as a children that were filled with anthropomorphic animal characters. I don't know what you want. Like, you did this to us. It's like, you know, I don't consider myself a furry, but like, you know, I watched Disney's Robin Hood as a kid. Come on. Yeah, I learned it by watching you. I joke about Disney's Robin Hood, but actually, like, what I'm thinking of when I say that is Riff from Inherit the Earth. I'm contractually obligated as a retro gamer to say that instead, because it is a more appropriate form of media with a comparable character. Alright, bud, get wrecked. There we go. Okay. You're adjacent to a lot of things. Yeah, biker mice from Mars, savage dragons, street sharks, gargoyles, mummies alive. Like, come on. Alright, where is the thing? This is a different thing. I need to go to this thing first, I think. Which thing is the thing? Oh, yeah, but then, like, also Anubis was there. That's the original furry. Like, if you look at any Egyptian art, Anubis is never, like, not drawn in the hottest way that possible that you could get with, like, hieroglyphics or whatever kind of material they were sculpting. Like, they knew. They had a thing. That's... do I want to fight you? I guess I don't have a reason not to fight you. Yeah, Anubis is like the original, like the OG. Oh, I'm out. Boop. See, look. You can really cheese the whole game with invisibility once you get a certain amount of spell points, because it's very much like, it is so much cheaper than paralysis, which is what I've been using. It lasts about as long. You don't have to worry about as much of a variable duration, because you're casting it on yourself rather than an enemy target that has magic resistance. Like, it's a really good spell. It's kind of broken if you can afford to spam it the way that I am. And in the late game, like, you can. That's kind of the point. Okay, let's do... There we go. We love mana potions. Oh, back to our map. Now, we go up that other staircase. Okay, yeah, exactly. Cheese goes good with everything. Let's open another gate. Like Alistair says in Dragon Age, you know? Makes everything better. Oh, look, I have cheese. Alright, now, we do have to search high and low here, because there is one thing we need before we leave, and I don't remember which color labyrinth it's in. So I don't want to leave it behind. There we go. Not this one. I guess I can beat these guys up for experience points, though. They're just gonna stand here anyway, so why not? So we need a blade. We have the handle, we have the hilt, we do not have the blade. And I can't remember if the blade is in this level or the next one, because there's like an orange labyrinth and a yellow labyrinth, as you might expect. Come on, stamina. There we go. See, that's why we do it. And now we are at 2160. Not bad. Not bad. What do our skills look like, actually? 28. Okay, so we're on the way. Yes, always take hydration breaks when you're fighting a golem. They stay in the fight for a long time, so it's important to remember. Okay, I'm gonna go this way first. Because that is... yeah, that's a dead end. But up here... I love that they're just randomly playing the town theme. Blue Dragon, Invoker... excuse me, sir. Excuse me. There's the Barbarian Sword. Okay. Have a good day. Have the day you deserve. This way. This is not a dead end. Oh, there are stairs. And over here is a thing. Hello. Okay, that's the way out. Help me remember, that's all the way up in the extreme corner over here. The extreme corner. I love when people use that as an adjective to describe, like, location. You know, to the extreme southeast of your current location. I think of the extreme southeast. It's like, oh, it's so extreme. Down here in the southeast where we are today. What's the weather like where you are, Dan? It's extreme! It's snowing metal and raining comets. And the soundtrack is great. Oh, there's another 90s cartoon for you. Power Extreme, stream. Remember Centurions? What a wild concept for a show. Enchanted healing, gold. Okay. Excuse me. Here is another... I'm gonna wait and renew the invisibility before I walk past the... There we go. Get out of here. Oh, hey. Oh, I did the thing that I said not to do. I cast too early. Lol. My bad. Okay, well. Over... yeah? Is there anything? There's nothing. Okay. Let's go this way. This is the blue labyrinth. Yes, most confusing of all is in fact the orange labyrinth, because there, the walls and the sky are orange. Okay, there we go. I think that that's actually everything. Bro, I've got invisibility on. Get out of here. I think that's it. I think that that's everything. Let me check real quick. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to make absolutely certain that I am not missing the blade, because I think the blade is in either yellow or orange. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the blade's in the orange labyrinth. I thought that was correct. And most of what we're going to find, if I did miss any chests, it's going to be potions and things. Because we found the Dwarven Axe, we found the Barbarian Sword, we found the Berserk Sword. So that's pretty much it, other than potions and money. Here's the Orange Labyrinth. Welcome. Welcome to the Orange Labyrinth. Welcome to my home. Never seen a carrot I didn't like, except for this one. We'll go around this way first. Yeah, do you feel the citrus on your tongue from the orange labyrinth? Let's go get this chest over here. There's a demon mage. That's a new enemy type. We have not fought those before. Okay, there's the unlocking portal. That's where we need to take the crystal to once we find the orange crystal. We are moving along at a pretty good clip, so I'm going to say we're probably going to finish tonight. So this is a great time to shout out that our next Thursday series is going to be Outpost by Sierra Games. A classic sci-fi TBS, which you should hopefully enjoy. A lot of people are down on Outpost. I don't think it deserves half the criticism that it gets. I've never really had a problem with it, but what's really interesting is that for better or worse, it is based on, like, real science from NASA that they worked with to program the game, and I think that that's very cool. Okay, nothing over there. And then, of course, after we finish Outpost, next on the docket is, Gex. Ooh, an undead sorcerer. There we go. Have a day. Oop. I didn't recast quick enough. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Back around. Yes. Yes, Gex is the platformer with the gecko as the main character. You may recall. Bro, why did you follow us all the way up here? Did you see that? He was like getting it too. Like he was serious about it. Okay, well that's fine. It's been a hot second since we had some combat. Let's do that. They drop good potions anyway. Yeah, it's Gex probably does deserve more than half of the criticism that it gets. Actually. Okay, we've got another red dragon, damn it. Okay. Let me renew invisibility. And like, I'm not gonna claim to be great at platformers. Please see my playthrough of Blackthorn. There's the orange crystal. Good, good, good. Okay, let's book it off of this platform at least. I'm good at platformers that I have played a lot, in the same way that you're good at any game that you've played a lot, usually. But I'm not like innately great at platformers, so I expect to have a lot of fun with Gex. And by fun, I mean I will be falling off of things regularly. Please enjoy. The game tastings. Ah, yes, in case you missed our big charity event this past Sunday. Those were some of our donation incentives. We had some very generous donations, which will manifest as game tastings and full playthrough series. Oh, there's the blade. Oh, excellent. Okay. Let me save it. We need nothing else from here. And I have a soft target of next Friday, not this Friday, because I didn't know. Well, this Friday would be tomorrow, right? And I didn't know exactly what we would get up to. So I'm aiming for hopefully July the 7th is when I will start those, but we will see. All right, big moment. Let me move these where they need to go real quick. And then I think they put all of this here. Okay, so here we go. Handle, hilt, blade, boom, Damage 150, right? There's the Worm's Tooth Sword. Minimum strength 25, damage 150. This is the best weapon in the game. Check it out. It's the only one that has an effect like this, too. And you can see how cool it looks up there. This is Anserak. It actually takes less strength to wield, so they reward you for hunting down all the pieces because it is very missable. So the Worm's Tooth Sword is also very missable, but it's like if you hunt down all of the pieces and put them together, you are rewarded by, even if you did not buff your strength a lot, you can still use Anserak, a demonic blade that emanates intense evil power. Its origins are unknown, but its damage is 200. So that's way more, and the attack went up as well. See, so that's like a lot more. It's good. It's very good. We're also about to hit rank 23 with sword, which will increase things but further. So there we go. That's the best weapon in the game. If you are using this playthrough as a walkthrough, heaven help you. Don't do that. But now you know where to get Anserak. Let's try it out. Look, there you go. You can already see the difference in damage. Even those glancing blows, right? We're cutting through the defense noticeably more often. And even the small hits are more damage. And so are the big hits. Like when we hit, we're doing like 298, right? Instead of 178 or something. This is a big boy sword. Exactly, yes. That way more different builds can use the weapon. Let me not be foolish and re-up our mana there. We haven't killed one of these guys yet. Incidentally, I will also have the video for the charity live stream up on YouTube probably later tonight. If not tonight, then definitely tomorrow for sure. It was a hefty one. It was a big boy to edit. And I didn't even do much because I promised myself beforehand, it's like, this is a 15.5 hour video. I am not going through and like making all kinds of cuts to try to make this the best that it can be. It was a good stream. It just is going to be what it is. And all I'm going to do is like the sound. Okay, we need to go up there. So what's going to be... Actually, I think swinging around this way is going to be the fastest way. Yeah. Oh. Excuse me. Heck off. Oh, you're not gonna... We're doing this, huh? Okay. You're gonna follow me. So yeah, I think that the sound came out pretty good. I'm going to add chapters for ease of navigation, but for anyone who missed it, if you want to watch my first randomizer ever of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and if you want to watch specific Pixel really crush his first randomizer ever, which was Castlevania Circle of the Moon, then it's pretty good. It is 15.5 hours, but it's good stuff. And we raised over $1,600 for the Video Game History Foundation, so I'm very proud of that, considering that it was our channel's very first ever charity event. Y'all really showed out. Here we go, another gate. Yep, the Video Game History Foundation, their work is very important. I will plug them anytime. Be sure to check them out at gamehistory.org. They have a Patreon, they have a merch store, you can make direct donations, and they have other information about how you can get involved. They also have a pretty good blog and a fascinating podcast, which I do recommend. Okay, I think this way. It's in the extreme corner. The extreme southeast. Yeah, the fundraiser itself is over, but you are more than welcome to donate directly through their website, or pledge to their Patreon, or shop at their merch store. Any of those will help to support their very important work. And they are a pretty small organization, so you can be sure that every dollar does matter, and it does meaningfully and directly affect what they are able to do, what they're able to accomplish. Sometimes it feels like a drop in the bucket. You give to a charity and it's like, you don't know if it matters. It feels kind of like maybe it doesn't, because they're so big. Oh, I went the wrong way. I'm gonna go down that way. But with them, it's like, no, this makes a difference. Do. Actually run. I'm not using my stamina for anything else. This way. Is that... Wait, is that not it? Where is it? It was right there. Wasn't it? Oh, that's a treasure chest. Wait a minute. Starfish, you fool. Where's the damn portal? Is that it? I think that's it. Maybe. Or wait, no. Yes, that is it. Oh, damn it. I was so close to it, and I went so far away from... That's where we came in. That's where we need to go out. Okay, well... If I go straight ahead, it's actually not that far. Okay. Okay, I'm not as screwed as I thought I was. That's fine. That's alright. I'll just go this way. And then around y'all. Well, thank you for that donation. I'm certain that they will appreciate it, and as I said, you can be certain that it does go to their very important work. You never know what that $100 will allow them to do. On to the yellow labyrinth. And then purple should be the last one. So here we go. It's very flattering how strongly everyone supported the charity stream. As I said, it was our first ever charity event. It went phenomenally well. Could not have gone better. Can't imagine it going better. Unless Pixel and I had maybe just gotten through our games faster, because we had, you know, other games planned if we did get through our randomizers. But it was so much fun because I love to show off on the channel that old games are still being played, they're thriving, they have growing fan bases, they have people who love them, not just people who were there when they were new, but also people who maybe just discovered them today and fell in love with them, and they are modding them and patching them and updating them to run on newer hardware and software, and it's just great to see. And randomizers are a part of that because the speedrunning community loves a good randomizer. And in fact, GDQ, watching GDQ, I should specify, not being in GDQ. I am not a speedrunner, I am a mere mortal. But watching GDQ is the closest I'd ever been to a randomizer prior to this stream. And it took a game that I already loved and was familiar with, that I played a million times, and made it fresh and new again. In a really cool, exciting way. And so not only does that open the door to where I think that it is likely and appropriate that we will play additional randomizers here in the future, probably. But also, it's just a great reminder of, you know, that is something that's happening. That is a way that old games become new again. And in fact, with a randomizer, old games can be new every time you play them. I can't believe that there was literally nothing over there. Not a treasure chest, not anything, like not jack shit. Okay, well, let's go back over here. Oh, sorry. This way. We have not been this way. Let's go this way. We'll go up. Yeah, it's just a dragon. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's like, well, he got Angsar. That's all he really needs, actually. Yeah, GDQ is great for that. I mean, they do a lot of great work too, and you should also support them if you're not already. They are always out gaming for a good cause. But, you know, it's like older games, I guess it's easier because, one, they've been around longer, so there have been fans of those games for longer that have been working on these updates and changes and additions. But also, you know, the older the technology, usually, broadly speaking, the easier it is to get into the back end of the game and do stuff like that. There's Yellow Crystal. Excellent. Excellent. So let's see, where's the unlock portal? Did we pass it? I don't think so, so I'm going to go this way. And so that means that retro games have a very special place in the speedrunning community, and I think that that's really helped bring it to the forefront. Things like GDQ are a big part of why there are new and thriving fan bases for, you know, games that are literally 40 years old. Yeah. It's just like, hey, so if I just flipped shit in this very specific way at this very specific moment, what would happen? And the game's answer is very often just like, huh. And then just like keyboard smashing. All right, here we go. That one's fairly straightforward. Once you get the crystal, it's just on to the next labyrinth, so. God, Ninja Gaiden, I could never. I know I just saved it, but. We're in another labyrinth now. Okay, so now we have to find the purple crystal and bring it back here. There's not really anything else meaningful left to do at this point or to find, so we are not on the hunt for anything other than treasure chests. We do have to open all of them because I don't remember where the purple crystal is, but once we find the purple crystal, we're done. Oh. Oops, I actually didn't mean to do that, but there's no reason not to kill you. Chain of Restoration. Okay, nothing there. That's fine. Yeah, he was just itching. He was like, it's been so long since I just committed an atrocity. I just gotta. Oh, well, congrats. I love revisiting games that I played as a kid to see like how I tackle them as an adult, because it's mixed results, but that's fun. For me, at least, because sometimes it is very much a case of like, oh, I'm a better gamer now, so this game doesn't intimidate me anymore. And sometimes it's like, whoa, this was so much easier when I was 12. What changed? Is it the lower back pain? Is it the arthritis? Is it the failing eyesight? Is it my mortgage? Like, what part of this is weighing down on me? Please be the crystal. Yes, good. Excellent. Alright, so now we're just going to go straight back. Well, we're going to go directly back. We don't do anything straight. On this channel. Hey, look at that. Excellent. Yeah, I recently, well, not super recently, but it wasn't that long ago that I did our first patron game request, where if you join our Patreon at the $5 level, then you can have your game requests bumped to the top of the queue, and I will play them. And somebody who will remain nameless decided to ask for Star Tropics. And if you've never heard of Star Tropics and didn't play it as a kid, it is, shall we say, notorious for being one of those games that a lot of people didn't beat. Thankfully, however, I kept at it, and it was a rough time, but we did get all the way through it, and it was a pleasure to join the ranks of those elites who have, in fact, beaten Star Tropics. Don't give me actual numbers. I feel like it's a fairly small group, so you know. It is the Dark Souls of the NES. It really is. Okay, folks. Here we go. This is it. Notice how the background music cut out. Never a good sign, right? Once again, somehow, inexplicably, we have a town portal here. And it is because of that that I'm going to do a safety, because we can go back. But this is pretty much it. There aren't really even any more enemies, I don't think. Maybe. This is we're at the end. Ta-da! Here we go.
Yagoro. Who dares enter my lair? What? So now I discover why my slaves have failed to locate the final piece of the Necronoth. Where did you find it?
Enough talk. I have come to end your reign of terror over Ahkuilon.
Can this be? Do you mean to challenge a chosen disciple of Croxus?
Sure.
I mean to watch you die.
The Necronoth belongs to me. I will tear them from your broken corpse.
You can see his arms messed up because he's got one of them.
Long enough. It ends here.
You wish to fight me? Then prepare to meet your doom. It is time you learned the true meaning of suffering.
This is very funny, and you'll see why. So, he's really tough. He has a lot of very nasty attacks. You'll see he has 15,000 hit points and 10,000 MP. He has 1,000 stamina. It's gonna be a rough fight. Unless... Yup. Yup. He literally, his AI is the same as every other monster, which means that if you cast Invisibility, not only does he fail to target you, he also just stands there and lets you beat the shit out of him. Yeah. It's just awful, isn't it? Oh, good lord. We're going to be at this a while. This is going to be like the Jaga fight all over again. And I apologize. It is what it is. I can't make it go any faster. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Yes, I can. There we go. That actually might make it go a little faster. I'll just put on our buff, our attack buff. Doodly-doo. Dee-da-doodly-dee. He doesn't regenerate, so we can let our stamina recover. Oh, yeah, it's going to take, an while to do this. This is so funny. Oh, God. Eee, back over here. Stand still. Ooh, we got a good hit. This is even interminably longer if you don't have Angsar. So, do recommend that. It is literally just this for like 20 minutes. Like literally, like look at his health, you know, I mean, I think Jaga had like 12,000 HP maybe. So he doesn't have that much more than Jaga, but his defense of course is higher. The biggest difference is that Jaga just teleports around, summons Dark Revenants, and casts Firebolt at you until he runs out of MP, right? Always willing. Oh, he's sliding now. Uh-oh. I don't know what that was. It's very funny, though. Stuck back there in the corner. But one of the things that Yagoro can do is, you remember we have that spell called Nullifier, and what it does is it cancels out other magic. So Yagoro can cast Nullifier, and he occasionally will, but generally only if he detects you. So, like, if I just stand here and do this, he's not going to randomly cast Nullifier as far as I know, or at least I don't think he's ever done it to me before. And so that means that, you know, he's not going to strip your invisibility off. Oh my god. Okay. Go. I'm so glad that we switched out for that stamina boost, though. Hey, Barnabas. Yeah, we're gonna. You are here just in time for the end of Revenant, the conclusion. Occasionally we get a good hit on him, you know, and we actually deal like over 100 damage, but it's a lot of these glancing blows, and even 59 damage or 78 damage or whatever it is that we're doing sometimes, it's like, it's not a lot. But the increased stamina means that we can beat on him more before we have to retreat and recover, and that is helpful at least. So that will make it go a little faster. Do-de-do-de-do. Do the jump. Why aren't you doing the jump? Locke. I swear. Yeah, this is gonna be... This is gonna go on. Like I said, this takes a while. If we could do more damage to him, it would be different, but it's just gonna be this. Fun times, though. Now, imagine if we didn't get Angsar. Even if it was just the Worm's Tooth Sword, right, which is the second most powerful weapon. Imagine if that's what you had to fight him with. When we're this far into the game and we're this powerful, we have the ultimate weapon, and we're still dealing an average of like 11 to 29 damage. Very upsetting. Then again, you know, he is a final boss. Oh, there we go. His second more powerful form. Do. Yep, you do that. So now he does this for a while. This means nothing to us. He does, like, this fight does have phases. And if you're fighting him fair, then of course, you know, like, he has some pretty nasty attacks that are difficult to dodge. We're not going to see any of those today. So yeah, while we're doing this, I will go ahead and take the opportunity to remind y'all that, again, after Revenant gets done here in however long this takes... Oh my god. Retreat. Our next Thursday series will be Outpost, followed by Gex. But you don't have to wait that long, of course, because in the meantime, I am going to be back on Saturday with Lands of Lore, which is going great. Saturday's stream, by the way, I will be streaming. It will just be a little bit later than normal. I don't know that I'm going to be able to start at 7 on the clock, but I do intend to stream. I just have something that might not be over by 7. So it might be like 7:15, it might be 7:30. But hang in there and I'll be there as quick as I can, as close to 7 as possible. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. He's under 10,000. That's pretty good. Random claw strike. He's actually sliding around so much he's getting kind of hard to hit back here in this corner. There we go. Okay, that's fine. That's better. I was almost worried. I was like, am I gonna have to like lure him out? And again, I will have the VOD for the charity stream up sometime tonight or tomorrow. So that way anybody who wants to watch all 15.5 hours can do so. And it was a good stream, so I invite you to do so, just perhaps in moderation. We let our stamina recover. I'm excited for the game tastings and the Special Friday series. I'm going to do the game tastings first, and then once I'm finished with them, then it will be on to let's see, what is it? It's Disney's Hades Challenge, and that will be second. Before that, the first one is Zombie Dinos from Planet Zeltoid. Those are going to be a great fun. Okay, he's in phase 3. When he does the phase change like that, he hits you with an energy wave. That has nothing to do with him targeting you. He just does it. Do-do-do-do-do. He keeps sliding. Trying to hit us with his, like, weird Necronoth arm. Oops. Wrong button. Not that. For sure not that. Do-do-do-do-do. Whoop. This is fine. This is so fine. Don't even worry about it. How long have I been at this already? 15 minutes, maybe? It's very funny. I will probably have to speed this up for the YouTube VOD. I won't cut it, but I might, like, fast forward. Or maybe not. I mean, it is the final boss fight. Maybe I'll just put it, like, timestamps. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Oh. I don't know why he's sliding so much like that. It's very funny, though. Oop, ran out of stamina. Let me go over here and regenerate for a second. Oh, also, here's Andrea, by the way. We can click on her, but we can't do anything during the fight. There we go. Back over here. Yeah, having that extra 100 stamina is definitely... I'm feeling that. That was the correct decision. $6,200. We've almost got him under 6,000. That's great. So he's down by about 2/3. Well, good. This should only take like 5 to 7 more minutes then. But here's the thing, though, right? Some people might say, why would you do this way? Why would you, you know, show us the real fight? What's it like when you actually fight him? And I would advise you, invite you even, to consider how long this is taking, and how many hit points he's got, and how much MP. And then think about if you want to fight this same fight for this same amount of time, at this same amount of effectiveness, while also dodging fireballs. Like, while he's actively trying to kill you the entire time. Lol, yeah. Very much. Here's our invisibility. We've got him down almost to 5,000. This is... Oh, wait. Yeah, no, that's healing. That's restoration. There we go. And let's let our stamina regen. Yeah, this is very... Especially because notice it's got 6 fingers, too, in order to, like, make it symmetrical. I don't think that they did that just to make it symmetrical. I think they did it because if it had 5 fingers and the one in the back was extra long to be a backrest, then the chair would have been giving the finger, and that would have been too funny. Oh, no, not really. Nothing worthwhile, anyway, as you can see. There, I'm just gonna go ahead and, like, do that because we're gonna use all of this. What's our skills look like? Sword is... Huh. Yeah. We might actually legit break 30 Invoke, maybe. But by beating on him, like, our sword's going up too. Ooh, there we go, 100. Okay, good. He's under 5,000 now, so that's officially over 2/3 of the way down. Not bad, not bad. Yes, remember to hydrate, get up and stretch, unclench your jaw, take your medication, give your pet some attention, check your text messages, you know. Whee! Oh. Oh no, he's on us. Uh-oh. That's probably fine. I didn't want him going down that little, like, hallway back out to the beginning anyway. Yeah-da-do-da-do. It's gonna be a while. We're almost there, though, actually. So we're not gonna be too far over 2 hours. Oh, wow. He actually came for us from further away than he usually does. Way over here. Check this out, though. This is sick. That's a sick piece of furniture. Oop, phase shift. I'm trying to, like, show the animations, but it's the same as last time, so. Doodly-doo. I think his defense might be a little lower in this form, actually. Because it's supposed to represent that he's, like, floaty. So he's focusing on magic more than brute strength, so when he powers up like that, he seems to take a little bit more damage. I don't know that I want one in my living room, but maybe on my patio, right? Let's get back in there. Yeah, he's definitely taking more damage. Which is great. That definitely not a complaint. Okay, he's under 2,000. Oh man, that's going real quick. Oh yeah, for sure. Either that or you have to put like little caps on them because you wouldn't want to like, you know, like fall and hit your head. Come on, stamina bar. There we go. Yeah, do. Alright, decide how you want me to finish him. How should we end this fight? Like with a big Armageddon spell? A firebolt? Do you have a favorite combo that you prefer? Should we finish it with a big flying chop? Oh, well, that part will definitely happen. Like, that is foregone. Get our stamina back over here. As humiliatingly as possible. Let's see. We don't need full paralysis anymore. Let's do this. We have lots of magic. So I mean, let's use it, right? Oh, actually, hey, I forgot about this. Duh, we have spells that we haven't learned. Wait a second, let me... Just in case something happens, this game is known to crash. let me just scooch over here and save it. No. Yes, okay. Vampiric Drain. Death, life, soul. Right, okay. Death, life, soul. There we go. Vampiric Drain. More powerful version of Blood Drain. Steals the life energy out of your target, adds it to your own. Essential when health potions are scarce. Right. Crystalism. Star, Sky, Death, and Chaos. Stars. Sky. Death. Oop, no. Death. Chaos. A deadly deformation of the Cataclysm spell. Instead of summoning a massive rock from the skies, the caster summons a giant ball of magical energy and sends it crashing into their enemies. The resulting impact is capable of doing massive damage over a large area. So yeah, this is an upgrade of Armageddon, if you can believe that. Crystalism. Is this the one? Is there one here that we missed? No, I don't think so. Okay. Essence Drain, Soul, and Chaos. To Soul Chaos. More powerful version of Mana Drain. Steals magic energy and adds it to your own. This one I think actually might pay for itself, where Mana Drain does not. I think is the difference, but don't quote me. And Aura. Ward, Life, Soul, and Stars. Do we have that? Let's see. Where's Ward? Ward. Life, Soul, Stars. Oh, we didn't learn that one. The ultimate defensive spell surrounds you in a glowing fog of magical protection, raises armor class, and maximum defense. Alright, now these. Maelstrom, Death, and Chaos. The biggie. The most powerful offensive spell known is Maelstrom. This spell will inflict massive damage on multiple targets. Be warned, as it costs a huge amount of mana to cast. Yes, 750. Okay. Restore Life, Life, Soul, and Law. Life, Soul, Law. The Restore Life spell offers the maximum amount of healing available through magic. Restore Life is crucial to master in higher level combat scenarios. It's funny because you can tell from the icon, this is literally just the level up animation. That's why it restores you to full health when you level up. You get a free casting of Restore Life, is essentially what it is. And Immortal Might, Soul, Earth, Moon, and Chaos. Soul, Earth, Moon, and Chaos. There we go. When ultimate power is necessary. Boop. The Immortal Might spell is the only way to go. It gives the player godlike powers for a short time, adding a huge bonus to all statistics, brutally effective in any situation. Okay. Well, there we go. I think there might actually be a handful of spells that we still have not learned, because I'm not sure if all of them are on these scrolls. But we've got most of them. And if there are any missing, that just encourages you to play Revenant for yourself and explore the rest of them that maybe I missed. So have fun doing that. You can get it for pretty cheap on GOG, and it does play all right out of the box. So, good luck. And I'm gonna say, instead of full paralysis, we have to show off Crystalism just because it has such a ridiculous name, right? So here's Crystalism. Boom! It's the same spell with a different texture. It's fine. And now, the big one. Maelstrom. And with that, shall we? Shall we finish off the boss and finish off the game with a Maelstrom? I think let's do it. There's Immortal Might. Invisibility. Finish him. Excuse me, Mr. Yagoro, sir. Maelstrom. 420. Blaze it. Whee! Settle in. For Jennifer Hale's voice acting as Andrea.
Thank you. You're too kind.
In case you did not know, it is Jennifer Hale, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Oh, thank you, Trains, for the gift subs. Perfect way to end a game and a stream.
Thank you. You're too
Oh, thank you,
kind.
Jason, too. Y'all spoil me. You spoil us here on the channel. Y'all always do. The unscarred nameless one. There's the sacrificial dagger. Very symbolic. This time he won't kill her. This time... Ooh, what's this, though? How do you not see that?
10,000 years ago, you refused to perform the sacrifice. Now it no longer matters. The pact is restored.
Full supervillain. I don't know what he expected would happen. So there you go, the somewhat anticlimactic end to Revenant. Sardok goes full supervillain, we get a good cackle. We still do not really understand his motivations, or at least I don't. I really don't know what his part in this is. I'm not sure if he is just another disciple of Craxus like Yagoro is and is trying to restore Craxus to power by reuniting the Necronoth and all this, which is what the blue thing is, you know, like the swirling energy around Locke there at the end, was him claiming the last of the Necronoth and it restoring the demonic pact with Craxus, because the sacrifice was completed. So, you know, So, come up with your own theories. I'm not sure if there is a canon explanation. And I don't know if I would call Revenant, like, too sure of a sequel. I think it deserved a sequel. I really enjoy it. I think that there's a lot of world building here that was very enjoyable, really laudable. And I would have loved to see that capitalized on more than we got. But, oh, it is Jennifer Hale. There we go. And Locke is Neil Dixon. Sardok is Neil Ross. Two Neils. But, oh, thank you, Calvin the Dog and Squishy Head, for your contributing your voice talents. Howard, tell him about the Twinkie Lion. Yeah, feel free to slow this down if you're watching on YouTube and check out. There's some very funny stuff in these credits. It almost feels like a Mel Brooks movie if you slow it down. Yeah, Trance, that's a good way to put it. Like, Revenant has enormous potential. Is it a good game? I think so. For me, it's a good game, but, like, only just. Like, we're gonna call it a 5.5 or a 6 out of 10, you know? Well, I say that, but, like, with the assumption of, like, fucked up US scales where 50% and below is a failing grade, right? So, so it's not, I don't think it's a bad game. There's Yagoro. It's a good art of him. But I think it's a game that could have been better. And I think it's a game that if it was remade today, if they had unlimited time and budget to bring it up to the standards that they wanted, then it could be a phenomenal game. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it, Jason. It's a good enough game. And we love it for that. So, and there, one last look at our edgy anti-hero. Thank you, Neil Dixon, for chewing so much scenery during this game. And there's his tattoo, which that's supposed to be the Necronoth, in case you hadn't noticed it before. So what happened there at the end? We don't know. We're not sure why Sardok did any of this. Locke presumably took control of the Necronaut's power and used it to blast Sardok in a pretty anticlimactic way, so he's just finished off after everything that he's done, after all of this plotting and scheming and planning. You would almost think that Sardok would be the final boss, actually. But instead you fight Yagoro and then you get that cutscene and then it's just kind of over. And, like, Andrea is dead, because that's the only way that the pact would have been restored, which presumably would have been the plot of, like, a Revenant 2 if we'd gotten one. But it's okay. It's okay, don't worry about it, because remember, we got the Restore Life spell, right? Like, right before the end, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Why are you even worried about it? Don't worry. So, that was Revenant. Thank you for enjoying it with me. I hope that you did enjoy it. I do encourage you to give it a try for yourself. Try different builds. There is multiplayer. There's a scenario editor where you can make your own maps and things like that. There's a lot to this game that I did not show off during this series. And because you can get it for like literally $5 on GOG, I would say give it a try. That's not even lunch money. So we're going to leave it there. Say goodbye to Locke D'Averam. And I will see y'all again on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the US, with more Lands of Lore, The Throne of Chaos. And then I will be back on Monday with Specific Pixel as we pick up our current ongoing husband play, which is Blaze and Blade, Eternal Quest. The Eternal Quest does continue. It's not quite eternal, but like it is long. And then that following Monday, the next one after that, which is going to be July the 10th, I will be back with more of my current solo series, which is Divine Divinity. I will be taking next Thursday off, so there will not be a stream on July the 6th. As I get the next game ready for y'all, that means I'll be back on Thursdays with Outpost on July the 13th. So look forward to that. And like really, Outpost, if you've never played it and you don't know about it, it's gonna surprise you. So please be there for Outpost, especially episode 1. You need to be there for episode 1 for the first stream. You've got to be there for part 1 of Outpost. I'm telling you. Just believe me. You'll see why if you come. And also, don't forget to look forward. Tentatively, starting on July the 7th, we will start having Friday series here on the channel. We're going to be starting with a tasting, a 2-hour stream of Wild Arms 3 to see how y'all like it. And again, these game tastings, I'm going to go through all of them thanks to the generous donations of our patrons and of our subscribers and followers during the charity stream this past Sunday, which I will have the full VOD of that up tonight or tomorrow. All 15 and a half hours of it, all 16 glorious hours, baby. There will be several of these game tastings in a row, followed by Zombie Dinos from Planet Zeltoid and Disney's Hades Challenge, which will be full series. And if y'all like the games that we sample during these tastings, then I might spin them off into a full-length series. So be sure to give me feedback on that. Let me know what you think of these games, whether you enjoy them, if you played them before, after you have followed and subscribed and liked and turned on notifications and pledged to our Patreon and thrown that free Amazon Prime monthly subscription at the Twitch channel and all that other stuff, leave a comment and let me know about your experience with Revenant or with any of these other games as we play them. So I'll catch y'all in the next one. Thanks again for the gift subs. Thanks for being here and sharing this time with me. I appreciate the privilege. You could have done anything, but you played Revenant with me. I will be back later. Have a good one. This is the last stream of Pride Month, so happy Pride Month, and as always, thanks for playing.